guys, our I can statement today is not complicated. Simeon, read that out loud for me.
I can plot ordered pairs on a coordinate plane.
Can you tell me what that means?
It means that you can plot the pairs on
Yeah, you can put something like this on a coordinate plane or on a grid, right? So, how do I plot this one, Simeon? Sam? Come on now.
You go over 3 and up 9.
Okay. Here's what I want you to get used to. Instead of saying over 3, because on the x-axis you can go to the right, or actually to the right, or to the left. Okay? So which way do I go 3? Carly? Right. You go 3 to the right. Because when coordinate planes get more complicated, sometimes you go to the left. Or on the y-axis, sometimes you go down. But right now, we're just going 3 to the right and 9 which direction, Judson? Up. 9 up. 3 to the right and 9 up. What if I put 7, 3? Jasmine, how would I plot this point? 7 to the right. And what? 3 up. Harley? Okay.
Isn't the ball the negative and this is the positive? What is this side for?
You talking about this one?
Or
Or the top one? Okay. This isn't part of what we normally talk about, but this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, this is quadrant 4. Now, in 5th grade, you only work with this one, quadrant 1. Okay, most of the graphs or grids that we look at, they're zoomed in on just quadrant 1. Now, to get to quadrant 2, you would still go to the right, but then where the y is, it would be a negative number, and you would go down. Okay? To get to quadrant 3, you would go to the left, so the x would be a negative number, and the y would be negative, so you would go negative 2, negative 4. Okay? To get to quadrant 4, the x would be negative, it would be like negative 2, and then positive 1, 2, 3. But, like I said, that doesn't start until next year when you're in 6th grade. In 5th grade, we only work with quadrant 1. That make sense? Good question. So, one more. Let's do 5, 8. How do I plot that one? Harley? 5 right and 8 up. Make sense to you guys?
yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys these. Alright, you guys have all seen this before, right? Except right here, there was an input-output table. We're not working with input-output tables. We're just working with, what is that called?
Ordered pair.
An ordered pair. We're just working with ordered pairs today. We're going to plot points, and at one point, Simeon, we're going to draw shapes, tell our friends how to draw the shapes, and see if they can plot the points and draw the correct shape. Does that make sense? It's kind of confusing, but I promise it's going to be easy once we start doing it. What's that?
We've done it before in 4th grade.
Good. So, everybody gets one of these. And once you get one of these, I want you to plot those 3 points that are on the board right there.
On the same one or
All on the same grid. Good question. We're missing a lot of people today. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to tell you guys to do that on the next thing that we do, but you can go on. If you want to label the points on the actual grid, go for it. So Sam, I want you to walk me through how to plot those 3 points that I wrote up there.
Go over 3.
To the right 3, not over 3. Say to the right.
To the right. And then go 9 up.
You go 9 up. So I went 3 to the right, and I went up 9. And then, like Harley said, you can label your point, okay? That's 3, 9. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's to the right, to the left, that's fine. Jasmine, how do I do the second one?
You would go 7 to the right.
7.
And then you would go 3 up.
1, 2, 3. 7 to the right and 3 up. So I'm going to label my point right here on my coordinate plane. That is 7, 3. Harley, what about the last one?
You go 5 right,
Mm-hmm.
and then 8 up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Jaden, what happens if I connect my 3 points?
Yeah,
Huh?
you don't get a shape.
If I connect that one to that one. 3, 9. Oh, press later. 3, 9 to 5, 8. And then I connect 3, 9 to 7, 3.
You get a triangle.
You get a triangle. Now, for a paw, who can tell me what kind of triangle it is? Bonus question. Salvador?
Cute.
It is acute. Who can tell me the other kind? Jasmine? Scalene. Nice. Scalene triangle. Doesn't have a right angle. All 3 sides, all 3 angles are different. So that is a scalene triangle. Now that's not necessarily what we're talking about today, but it's kind of a bonus question. So I have my 3 points. Now if I were going to try to tell somebody to plot these 3 points and then tell them how to draw the shape, how would I tell them that? How would I tell them how to draw this shape? Harley?
You're gonna go on from 3, 9 to 5, 8.
Okay, so I'm going to say connect right here. I want you guys to write this along with me. Connect 3, 9 to 5, 8. Which on here is from there to there, that little short line segment.
And
3, 9 to 5, 8. Good job.
And then 5, 8 to 7, 3.
Connect 5, 8 to 7, 3. Am I done?
No,
Harley?
and then draw a line from 3, 9 to 7, 3.
3, 9 to 7, 3. So I have my 3 line segments that create my triangle, right? So if I were to give you this right here, these points, and told you to plot them and draw the shape, and Lil, this shape wasn't drawn on the coordinate plane, could you do it? I think so. I believe that you could. So over here on your second one, here's what I want you to do. What are you trying to say about? Come on. Okay, there are your 4 points. And then I'm going to write the directions, so you guys can go on and start plotting those. Thank you.
Welcome.
So I'm going to write the directions. You guys can go on and plot these 4 points. I'm going to write the directions on how to draw the shape, and I want you guys to try to draw the shape. Okay, and there's the directions of how you connect your dots to make your shape. What's that? Oh, good. So I'm going to come around and look and see how you guys are doing. And Judson right here, I like what he did. He labeled the points on the actual graph. That makes it very easy to see what it is that you're doing, and it keeps you from messing up or getting lost or plotting the same thing twice. Don't tell me about that right now. Alright, let's do a quick lap. Looks like everybody's got it. Am I right to assume so? Who wants to come up and draw the shape up here for me? With my special I don't chew on this pen. Jackson Lucas.
Okay, to draw the shape, as you see here, it's 3, 2. So you go right a 3, and you go up by 2, which is 3, 2. Then you go to 7, 2, which should be right here. Yeah, right here. Knock that down. The next one is 7, 4, so should just only go up by 2, which is right here. And then the last one is 4, which should line up with 7, 4. And if you connect the dots, you can see you get a rectangle.
Good. You got that. Thank you for being so detailed. So he plotted his 4 points, 3, 2, 7, 2, 7, 4, and 3, 4. But then he connected the lines that it says to connect. And he came up with what kind of shape is this?
Rectangle.
Now, if he was going to go a step farther, what could he have done to this shape right here? Judson?
He could have labeled his points.
He could have labeled his points. So you put 3, 2 there, and then this one is 7, 2, this one is 7, 4, and this one is 3, 4. So to go a step farther, he could have labeled his points on his grid. Alright? Now, what I want you guys to do on your third coordinate plane down here, I want you guys to draw your own shape. Just practice right now. Just come up with a shape. It can have as many dots as you want. I mean, don't go crazy and make it 100 dots. But I want you to draw a shape. What kind of shapes could you draw? Simeon?
Triangle.
You can draw a triangle. Harley?
A rhombus.
A rhombus. A trapezoid. Anything else? Jasmine? An octagon. Jaden?
Circle.
I'm glad you said that. Why couldn't you draw a circle on this? Sam? This is made out of squares, but it's made out of tiny, what kind of lines, Sam? Not parallel lines, Harley?
Right angles. Ooh.
Not right angles, Jasmine? Skylar?
Straight line.
Straight lines. This is made out of straight, not just straight lines, straight line segments. So you can't make a circle because it would have pointed edges. Okay?
Well, close enough.
Close enough. It still wouldn't be a circle. It would have a bunch of sides, so it would be called something else. Simeon?
Other words, intersecting.
Right? Harley?
Hexagon?
You could make a hexagon. So I want you guys to plot your points. And down here at the bottom, I want you to write what points you plotted and how you connected them. I want you guys to do that right now. And if you're confused, this is a perfect time for you guys to talk to the people around you to ask questions. Yeah.
But people go like that.
Is
Yeah.
octagon circle. It's a circle shape, but it's still not a circle, right?
I made those big old circles.
This part right here is just practice for the activity that we're going to do here in a few minutes. Jasmine, we're going to have a lot of directions there. Yeah. Jackson, can you put your example up here? Sure. Give you guys like 2 more minutes, and then Jackson's going to share his example up here. Okay, now you need to draw what goes around all ordered pairs. Yeah. I want you to show how to connect that one to that one. To say connect, and then write your directions so that if somebody saw that without your shape, they could draw it.
Connect 2 to.
Nice. Alright guys. I'm using Alyssa's as an example. I went over her shape in my pen so that you could see it better. But you can see she plotted her 4 points. What shape is this, Alyssa?
A trapezoid.
A trapezoid. She plotted her 4 points, which is 5, 7, 8, 11, 12, 11, and 15, 7. Okay? So down here at the bottom, she has her directions. It says connect 5, 7 to 8, 11. Did she do that?
Yes.
Everybody look up at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Stop drawing on your pictures, guys. Jay and Elliot. Did she connect 5, 7 to 8, 11? Did she go from there to there?
Yes.
Okay, what about 5, 7 to 15, 7?
Yes.
Did she go from there to there?
Yes.
15, 7 to 12, 11. Did she go from there to there?
Yes.
12, 11 to 8, 11. Right there to right there.
Yes.
Okay, so if someone handed you a grid with these directions right here, without a blank grid with just these directions, could you draw that shape? Could you plot those 4 points and connect those lines?
Yes.
I think so too. So, I want you guys to put these grids away. We're done with these for right now. Jasmine's going to pass. You're going to use one of these as quickly as you can. Yeah. Huh? No.
I would do it. That's all.
Alright guys, while Jasmine's passing this out, I want you guys to look up here. Put your names on your papers as soon as you get them, and look up here. So you can see, right here, Jeremiah, what kind of shape did I draw?
Rectangle.
It's a rectangle. Did I label all 4 of my points? Did I write my points out to the side so you know what to plot?
Yes.
Okay, what I want you guys to do is I want you to draw a shape with, let's say, less than 8 points, okay? So Lil, that picture that you drew earlier, that would just have too many directions to follow, okay? They could do it, but for the sake of time, we're going to have less than 8 points, alright? This grid right here is zoomed into quadrant 1 like we talked about. So I want you guys to draw a shape, and I want you to write your points out here. Okay, write them out to the side. Write the points that you're plotting. Draw your shape right now. Think of a shape, plot your points, and draw it. And it can be the same shape as you just drew on your other grid, or it can be a different one. No more than 8 points. After you have your points plotted, your shape drawn, I want you to write the directions at the bottom of how you draw your shape. Yeah, on the lines down at the bottom. It says answer key for grid with a blank. I want you guys to write your directions down there at the bottom part of this page. Give you guys about another minute to finish this. And then I'm going to explain how we're going to do our activity. So you got like 1 more minute to draw your shape, your points, and your directions.
Where is it?
Alright guys, here's what you're going to do. So on this one, you have your shape on your grid, you have your 4 points off to the side that you plot, and you have your directions down here at the bottom. So you can see I connected 3, 4 to 7, 4. So up here, 3, 4 to 7, 4. 3, 2 to 7, 2. Up here I got 3, 2 to 7, 2. And so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you another one of these pieces of paper. Okay? This one is going to be, it's going to be like your answer key, okay? So you guys are all going to be teachers and you guys are going to trade papers. Only you're going to trade papers and give whoever you're trading with a blank one. So look, I have this sheet right here. Tyshawn, will you turn the lights off for 1 second? So you have this piece of paper right here. What's not on it, Jaden?
The shape inside the box.
The shape on the grid. Get your arms in your sleeves. The shape inside the grid. That's the only thing that's not there. So if I put my, this is going to be my answer key. If I put that out there, the only difference is this one has a shape on it. So I want you guys to take, well actually don't do it yet, but when you trade, I want you to take this one and fold it in half and make sure that nobody sees it. Okay? Don't do it right now. So I'm going to give you a blank one of these. All you're going to write is the points that you plot and your directions. You are not going to draw your shape on your second piece of paper. Thumbs up if you understand that. Lil, do you understand that? Didn't see thumbs. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. You only write your points that you're plotting and your directions. You do not plot your points or draw your shape on your second piece of paper. Okay? I'm going to bring that to you now. Do what?
Can we trade anybody in the room?
We'll just trade a few more tables. Tyshawn, turn the lights on. So I'm bringing you your blank coordinate grids where you just write your points and your directions. I'm going to say it again. All you're writing on this one that I'm giving you is your points that you plot and your directions. You are not actually plotting your points. And put your name on it so that people can know whose they have. Make sure that your name's on it. This should be really quick. All you got to do is put your directions on the new piece of paper. Sorry. After you have your points and your directions written, take your answer key sheet and fold it in half so people can't see it. Give you another minute or two to get your directions written, and then we gotta get to swap the papers. What's that?
Also, just ask you what you just said.
Okay, wait a second. We'll all switch it next. Alright guys, there are 19 people in this room. That means there's not going to be just you trade with one person. There's going to be a few people who are going to have to trade more than once. It doesn't matter how many times you trade papers. I mean, don't trade more than 2 or 3 times. But as long as you don't have your actual paper. So I want everyone to look at their piece of paper that has their blank grid with just their directions on it. Make sure that your name is on that piece of paper. That way the person knows who to give it back to. Okay? So I want you guys to look around, see who you want to trade with, and I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to get up and go trade with somebody. But when you get up, you are not running to a person that you're trading with. You're going to walk over to somebody and say, hey, you want to trade? But like I said, we have an odd number of people, so some people are going to have to trade more than once. So you may get up and you may walk to somebody to trade with. Do not give that person your answer key. And once you're back to your seat with your paper with the directions on it, go on and try to start drawing your shape. Start drawing your shape and see if you can follow the directions to connect the lines. the points plotted? By labeling your points to make sure that they're connected to the right ones. You guys have had some people confused. Sometimes it helps if you label your points on the actual grid to see either which one you forgot to plot or make sure that you're connecting the right ones to the right ones. Because sometimes it gets confusing when you're up in the grid trying to figure out which one is which. So try labeling them to make sure that they're going to the right places. I bet that would take a long time to grid. Look at me and smile really big if you're finished drawing your shape. Okay, got a couple more people working. Alright, before we trade back, Jasmine's going to put the one that she did up on the screen and explain how she did it, how she followed the directions to draw the correct shape and plot the correct points. She's going to speak very loudly so everyone can hear her.
Okay. Well, it says on step number 1 to connect 3 fourths, 3 fifths, 3 4 2, 3 fifths, 3 5. So you connect these two, and then you connect 3 fifths, 2 4 6, and then you connect. So you connect these two, and then 3 fourths to 4 fourths. So that would be these two right here, and then 4 fifths to 4 sixths. So that's right there, and it makes like a tiny house thing.
It's like a tiny house thing. Thank you, Jasmine. You can go back to your seat. Alright, guys, what I want you to do is, again, we're not going to run to each other, but I want you to go meet with the person whose paper you had, and they're going to show you your answer key to see if you got their shape correct. So you guys do that now. Give me a couple minutes.
Oh.
I got this.
When we get done looking at it and see if we got it right.
I got this. See?
Here goes
7, 6. You see that? Over 7. Nice one. Next time, add more directions. Forget directions. Just come around with the bar.
How's it not actually, this looks like the fat ways half of the house.
That's good.
Alright guys, head on back to your seats. Jackson. Did anybody in here have the completely wrong shape? I mean, your shape was just nothing like the one that they gave you directions to draw. Everybody got theirs right? Alright, before we do our exit slip, why would this be important? Why is it important to know how to plot points and how to follow directions and connect lines? Harley?
Because, like, if you're doing a job, then you're gonna have to, like if you were gonna build a house, you were gonna have to make a blueprint thing and
Yeah.
have that on there.
So if you're an architect and you're building walls and it says connect this wall to this one, if you didn't know how to do this, you would just have a wall that never ended or it was not long enough, right? Jasmine, why else would you need to know this?
Because you use it in everyday stuff to make just like make shapes or just make stuff.
Make shapes or build stuff. Anybody else know why this is important to know? No? Sam?
Well, I know it can help you understand like mathematical equations.
It can help you understand mathematical equations. Like I said, when you guys get up into high school, you're going to have these big fancy calculators. They're gigantic. And you're going to be able to put stuff in here like this, and it will plot them for you. And as Harley said, it can help you in your job. Like if you're an architect and you're building stuff, you're going to really need to know this. Jaden?
It won't even help you do like your build. I'm like perimeter, so like you know what if they want their floor to be specific. Like what color, which one.
Yeah, it can help you find perimeter. So, like if you look at the floor right here, our floor has tiles on it. It's set up like a grid. So you could find the length and width of this and tell me what the area or perimeter of the room is. Okay, we have an exit slip to do, and then once everybody's finished, I have a smartboard game for us to play. So, Jaden, give everyone a these quick. While Jaden's passing this out, I'm going to go over the rubric with you. Okay? When you get your paper back, this will be stapled to the front of it. Okay? Tyshawn, turn the lights off really quick. Okay. Shh. Before you start, look at this rubric up here. So, when you get your paper back, it's going to have something that has your name on it. And then you can either get a 4, 3, 2, or 1, or distinguished, proficient, apprentice, or novice. Now, to get a distinguished, it says all points are plotted correctly and are easy to see. And then here's the point. The plotted point is labeled. That's the really important part that I want you to see. So when you plot your point up in the actual coordinate grid, I want you to label next to your point. Okay, you have 4 points to plot. So in order to get a 4, you need to make sure that you label the plotted points. To get a 3, you just have the dot in the right spot. So Tyshawn, turn the lights on. You guys can go on and start. Once you're finished, just turn your paper over. And especially make sure your name's at the top. That part's really important. Everybody look at the front of your exit slip. I'll remind you to get distinguished on this. The plotted point is labeled, so that means your plot up in your coordinate plane, it's labeled. Make sure your name's on it. Judson is going to come collect it. Hey, Ty Sean, will you turn the light off? Thank you. Alright guys, this is a game. It's called Catch the Fly. You guys all see that? Alright, basically what you do is you catch the fly. So we are the frog. The fly is going to land somewhere, and this is not like the coordinate planes we work with today, because it has all 4 quadrants. Usually the ones that we've been working with today, it just has this one. Okay? So, click the button, see where the fly lands. Alright, we haven't done this yet. We haven't gone into the negatives, but remember, you always run before you jump. So, Harley, do you think that you can get to this quadrant right here? How do you do it?
4 and -2.
4 and -2, so let's try it. 4, -2. Harley, go press go, see if you got it. Zip. Got it. Good. So, Harley, I think that deserves a starburst because we haven't done that yet. Who wants to go next? Jackson, go up there and hit the button. Yeah. Alright, how do we get to that point right there?
0 and -1.
0, -1. Let's try it. 0.
I'm going.
Yep. 0, -1. You didn't go. See, to get to 0, -1, you don't go over at all. You don't go to the right. You don't go to the left. You just go down 1. So it would be 0, -1. Good job. Simeon.
I did.
What do you go to, Simeon?
6, 0.
6, 0. Hit go, see if it works. Zip. Got it. Alright, we'll do one more. Jasmine.
1, -3.
1, -3. I'm impressed. We've never done negative numbers before, and you guys are nailing this. All right, Tyshawn, turn the lights on. We'll play this game more another time, but right now we're out of time. But I want you guys to look up here for just a second before you guys head out. Sit down. I didn't say walk out the door yet. Jeremiah, what's our I can statement?
I can plot ordered pairs on a coordinate plane.
Okay, if you think that you can plot ordered pairs on a coordinate plane, give me a thumbs up. If you're still kind of iffy about it, give me a sideways thumb. If you still have no idea what's going on, give me a thumb straight down. Alright, awesome.